If you don't know what you want to do with your life, it's all going to be a big waste of time and money. Do you know how many broke people went to college?
Not really.
Ladies and gentlemen, this young man here thinks that all you have to do in life is go to college and you'll be successful. By a show of hands, how many of you went to college? We're on the wrong bus. Now, by a show of hands, how many of you people went to college? We're on the right bus.
You want to know the difference between these two pieces of paper? This one is actually useful. Alright, so in 2025, the idea of not going to college to be successful isn't this super rare, rebel, go against the grain opinion anymore. I think damn near majority of people think like that now. Like, we all know the story. You go to college for 4 years, you graduate, and then you end up with a job that has nothing to do with what you... Then you end up with a job that has nothing to do with what you study for in college. Like, I know a couple people who graduated, some of them community college, still college, and a lot of them work jobs that they could have got without going to college. Like, did you need a psychology degree to work at Starbucks? And right now, more than ever, a degree does not guarantee a job. Like, I don't know how true this is, but I've heard there are literal lawyers who are working at McDonald's. Lawyers, law school. One of the most academically impressive things you can do, and you're not even guaranteed a job at the end of it. Hold on, bro. I gotta Google this or something.
Ain't no way.
If you're graduating from law school with no job lined up, it's a common situation, but it's important to actively start your job search immediately, utilizing your network, refining your resume, applying to various legal positions, and considering alternative paths like clerkship, small firms. Okay, generic work advice. Let's see what Reddit has to. I'm graduating this spring from a pretty good school. I didn't go into law school knowing what kind of law I wanted, so I spent my first summer with a judge, hated it. Second summer, I interned with a government agency, and I loved it. I was really hoping to get a job with that agency, but 3 months after my interview, they rejected me. Why couldn't they tell me this 3 months ago? So now I have no job offers, no firm experience, and everything I find asks for 2 to 5 years experience. Any advice to what to do at this point? Focus on passing the bar and getting licensed. You have plenty of experience to get any entry-level job somewhere. No, many graduates don't get jobs until they pass the bar. Many smaller places won't start hiring new graduates until that time. It's normal, don't stress. So basically you need to pass the bar. Do you still don't get a job if you don't pass the bar is the real question. Oh, the tab's already open. Is anyone else still looking for a job even after passing the bar? I've been applying for jobs for like 3 years, took a break, studied the bar exam, haven't been applying for positions since August. Alright, look, I'm gonna sum it up for you. When it comes to the law field, you still need to know somebody. The degree by itself just isn't enough. You know what I found kind of funny too? People will praise you if you graduated from law school, but they'll make fun of the public defender who also graduated from law school too.
That money go with Ado. Smoking on gelato. Hard car, swerving pothole. Bad bitches.
And is applying his degree to his career. So what do people actually care about more? That you graduated from law school or that you became a lawyer? You know what else I found kind of funny too? In my Nobody's Hiring You video, I had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of comments telling me what I should do in my life. I had people telling me to get a CDL. CDL? Nigga, see these. Because I already don't like driving my own car a lot of the times. Like, I will unnecessarily call Ubers just because I don't feel like driving. So driving trucks is out the question. I had people tell me to join the army, and it's like, nobody's first option should ever be to join the army. Joining the army is what you do when you have nothing else left to fall back on. I always told myself I would only join the army if I was homeless and I had nowhere else to go. Because all you get from joining the army is a 2008 Challenger, some half-ass speech about how good of a soldier you were, and a Purple Heart. And let's say somehow, some way, for some reason, you finish the army, you still end up homeless and paralyzed. And your bitch probably got fucked. No, scrap, your bitch definitely got fucked. Alright, look, I already know what you guys are about to say. Yes, I did get a new shiesty. Did you like? Bro, this new camera quality is going kind of crazy. I ain't expect this shit to be this crazy. It was only $100. I didn't think it was gonna be this good for $100. Bro, this camera looks better than real life. And look, for all my people that feel like they have to go to college because of their parents, let me tell y'all a little secret. Your parents don't really care if you go to college or not. Your parents care more about you bringing in some money. And I know this from experience, because, you know, I might have taken like a gap year. Maybe 2. Okay, now that I think about it, it might have been 3. But can you really blame me? It was 2021. I had like 1 more semester left. The big C just happened, so everything was online. So one day it gets time to register, and I just don't do it. and I just keep working. And I just kept doing that for like 2-3 years. But for those 2 to 3 years I wasn't in school but in the workforce, I feel like it gave me some very much needed life experience. Because when you're in college, your life is still kind of planned out for you. Maybe not to the same degree as like middle school and high school, but when you're in real life, it's like you are like damn near 100% in control of the blueprint and what direction your life goes into. Bro, I look like a Muslim woman. I have no free will. Like, one of the biggest lessons I learned in the workforce is that you cannot change people. Like, whoever somebody is, that is who they are. They're not changing. That's it. Like, if your coworker's a lazy stoner, he's a lazy stoner, and you just gotta work with that, literally. Or even how to deal with confrontation. Like, I remember one time when I was working in the Publix deli, we had ran out of pickles, and it was like this like Daikiana King Von variant. This like King Von perfect laughs like variant comes up to the substation, and she's asking for a sandwich. I'm making the sandwich, and then she asks for pickles, and I'm telling her like, yo, like, we're out of pickles. And I already know what you're thinking, because she said the same thing too. We're in the supermarket to get pickles off the aisle. Technically, we're not supposed to do that because other departments lose out on money and then blah, 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 blah. So, like, I'm explaining to her, like, yo, I know we're in a supermarket, but I cannot get you these pickles. Bro, as soon as I told her no, she went right back to her default settings, started making threats to me. Like, I'm gonna call my dad, I'm gonna call my brother, I'm gonna call my cousin, and they go, I'm like, perfect laughs. I used to watch you and your lesbian girlfriend used to go crazy on YouTube. I'm a fan. It's how you treat your fans. When I tell you I'm standing exactly like this, minus the broom, I'm just more confused than anything. It's like, all right, Daikiana, you think you're a guy, right? So wouldn't you beating me up yourself instead of making threats for other men to come beat me up? Would that not boost your false manhood to different heights? This is your canon event and you missing out on it. Come beat me up. And it was just also just how she asked me. Like, she felt so entitled to some pickles. Like, everyone knows the guy who's making your food, you have to talk to him the nicest. Like, if you would have just came up a little bit more respectful, like, yo, like, my dildo battery just died on me. My girl said I'm not a real man for the 3rd time this week. It's been a long week. You see, if she would have came like that, would have been, all right, Bubble Bass, you can get your pickles. But no, you decided that threatening me with your whole family bloodline was the best way to get your pickles. And look, there's still some benefits to going to college, like, debt. But look, even though college isn't this guaranteed golden ticket to success like some people like to gas it up to be, it still has benefits. Like, I remember my first year of community college, I got paid like $2,000, $3,000 just for going to school. Not gonna lie, I think the method is patched now. But in that same semester, I did fail my first class ever in life. I can explain. So I had, what was it? So I had like an algebra class, right? You know, the first 2 years of college is like what you did in high school. So I had this Hispanic math professor, and when I tell you, he did not speak any English at all. Like, sometimes, like, he'll be explaining something and he'll break out into Spanish because he doesn't know how to say it in English. And everyone already knows math is already its own language. So now imagine someone trying to teach you another language in another language. I'm like, is anybody passing this class? I remember I asked one dude one time, like, yo, you kind of like, do you understand what's going on? It's like, nah, bro, I really don't understand nothing. He told me the only reason he was passing is because he remembers his things from high school. So yeah, I ended up failing the class. Went to the next semester, retook the class, passed it. Fast forward some time, COVID happened, and then ended up not going, and pretty much everything I talked about before happened in the beginning, and now we're here, struggling YouTuber. But I would rather be a struggling YouTuber than to never attempt it at all, because I'm not gonna lie, I thought at one point I thought stuff like this didn't happen to people like me. But yeah, new video next week. I'm gone.